and welcome back to INMR. In today's podcast, I'm going to be taking a look at the potential England side Gareth Southgate could take to the Euros in the summer. It's the end of March, which means we're currently enduring the final international break of the season before the Three Lions set off for Germany. So this is the tier list that we've got. There's 50 players that we're going to be ranking to predict their chances of getting on the plane. And this is how the current England squad is looking. It's a 25-man squad, so they've all made the tier list alongside 25 other English players who obviously aren't in there, but I think are candidates to put forward for potentially going to the Euros. If we go through the ranking system, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll quickly explain it. Starting lineup means that, they'll be going, first name on the team sheet. One of England's best players. On the plane means I think they'll go, but maybe not start every game. They aren't a key player, but they'll definitely be in that squad. Should be alright. They're more likely than not, but there's no guarantees. Danger zone means it's not looking likely for them. Maybe they've dropped off in form or they're injured and they might not be able to come back in time. Danger zone is for those sort of players, and not a chance is very self-explanatory. So if we get started with the goalkeepers, so we'll start off with Sam Johnstone because I found him first. It's always tricky with the goalkeepers. If we just put them all in, should be alright for now. And then we can go through them all. So here are the 5 goalkeepers I've put forward. I think instantly Jordan Pickford's guaranteed to start, isn't he? I think obviously Ramsdale last season was excellent and I probably would have put him forward first, but he just hasn't played enough this season and I think that will play a massive part. Sam Johnstone as well, he's been good, but obviously Southgate really likes Pickford and he's never let England down, touch wood. So I think Pickford will be straight in that starting 11. James Trafford, he hasn't got a chance. He did really well for the under-21s, but he's just in a Burnley side that's doing horrendous, and I don't think he'll earn one. So between these 3, 2 more have to go. I think Nick Pope's in the danger zone because obviously he's outstanding, but the problem is he's going to just come back from injury. Is he going to be even ready to play? Probably not. He's definitely going to be a bit rusty. So I think the current set of 3 England goalkeepers is going to stay the same. Next up is the defenders, so we will start off with the first one I see again, Trent. This is an interesting one because he's injured at the minute. For me, he has to start. We have to try and find a way to fit Trent into this starting lineup because he's just outstanding, whether that's at right back instead of Walker or we play him left back, or even in the midfield, which I really did like. He's got to be in that squad. Ezri Konsa, he's in the danger zone, I think. If not, he's not got a chance. The quality that England have got there is a bit too high. I think for me, he's going to struggle to get in, not a chance. Tamori as well, danger zone. I just think Southgate has got his set idea of what the centre-back situation is going to look like, and I can't see him coming into that. Harry Maguire is going to be on the plane, isn't he? He's done actually a lot better this season than he has in previous years, and same as Pickford, he doesn't let England down. Joe Gomez, I think, has to go just because of his versatility to play left back as well as centre back. He's shown that this season, and I think left back is an issue, which we'll get onto. Lewis Dunk, I think he should be alright. I'm going to try not to be biased because I'd put him straight on the plane because I think he's outstanding. I don't want to get my Brighton bias to cloud it, so I think should be alright is fair. He has been excellent. Obviously doesn't have many caps for England. I believe it would be his first taste of tournament football for England. So I think he should be alright. He's been excellent this season. He's done well in an England shirt. So yeah, he should be alright, and I'd really like to see him there, of course. Mark Gahey, I think he's in the danger zone just because of how Palace are doing, and similar to Konsa and Tamori, they're sort of that set group of centre-backs now. Dunk took a long time to get into there. He should have been in that England squad a long time beforehand. It's only now that he started getting regular call-ups. The centre-back position is always something that, regardless of how form is, it's pretty set. Even when Maguire was having a shocking time, he was always getting called up no matter what. John Stones, that's really, really easy. He's superb. Colwill, now this is an interesting one because he's excellent, but Chelsea are struggling, and he's another one like Gomez that offers left back and centre back. So for now I'm going to put him on the plane just because of his versatility, but that could change. Max Kilman, now this is an interesting one because people aren't even giving him a look in, and I saw, the Wolves fans especially were saying, have a look at Max Kilman, but once again, I've put him in because there was some question marks around him whether or not he could. For me, it's not a chance. He's a fantastic defender, but similar to these other three, he's just not in that group. Any centre halves left? Yep, we've got Jarell Quansah. This is an interesting one. He'd be a great shout just in case. He's a defender that we're going to see a lot more of. He won't be in this one, but if there was an issue with injuries just before, he would definitely be one to take a look at. He's really stepped up to the plate for Liverpool's first team. And although I don't think he'll get in, so it's maybe more not a chance, he is definitely one to keep an eye on just in case. Branthwaite, danger zone, but I'd really like to see him in that squad. I believe that is all the centre halves. Yes, it is. So we're going to move on to fullbacks, starting off with Reece James. I think he's in the danger zone just because of how injury prone he is and how far other fullbacks have gone ahead this season. And I mean, even when he comes back and he's fit again, he gets injured within 3 or 4 games. Ben Chilwell, I think he'll be on the plane just because he's a left back, and England are struggling for left back, same as Luke Shaw. Let's see when he's due back. Mid-May. Okay, so this could be... I'll put him in should be alright then, because he's one that should definitely be in there, but if he's not back fit, then what can you do? Kieran Trippier, I think he should be alright just because Southgate loves him, but I think his time in an England shirt's wearing thin. Kyle Walker, I mean, he'll go, won't he? And he'll probably be in the starting lineup. And I think that should be the entire defence all sorted. So we can move on to the midfield. We'll start off with some easy ones. Jude Bellingham, starting lineup. Phil Foden, starting lineup. Declan Rice, starting lineup. Very, very easy. Kobbie Mainoo, on the plane. If he doesn't, I'll be fuming because he's just ridiculous. Cole Palmer, on the plane. Gallagher, on the plane. Mason Mount's an easy one, no chance. I mean, it's a shame really, but he's not going to get in that squad. Grealish, if he's back fit, he should be fine. Bowen should be fine. Sterling, danger zone probably. Other midfielders, we've got Henderson. This is a really frustrating one because he should be in not a chance. I'm going to put him in the... He should be alright. He's not even danger zone. He should be danger zone and teetering on not a chance, but he'll end up being fine. James Ward-Prowse, this is an interesting one. I don't think he's got a chance. I guess for set pieces, but do you really want to use one of your... These spots are so important. Do you really want to use one on just set pieces? I know that's not all he's good at, but there's plenty of other players that can do the other things that he does just as well as him, if not better. He's a set piece specialist, and I don't think you should bring somebody just for that. So we'll put him in the danger zone because not a chance is a bit harsh. Calvin Phillips, though, not a chance. I don't think it matters how much Southgate's liked him in the past. Anthony Gordon, I think he's a danger zone player because you can't put Bowen in should be alright and Gordon. I don't think they'll all get in. Rashford as well, he should be alright just because for England he normally does well. Loftus-Cheek and Ross Barkley are really interesting ones because they dropped off and everybody forgot about them, but they've actually had really good seasons. Ross Barkley has been excellent for Luton. Loftus-Cheek has been doing well in Serie A. I think they've probably both not got a chance, unfortunately. But once again, they're players that give you a little something to think about if there were injuries towards the end of the season. Eze, I think no chance. There's too much quality in the positions that he'd be looking to play. Curtis Jones, I believe he's injured at the moment. Danger zone, but he's definitely a candidate. Morgan Gibbs-White, I think not a chance. Unfortunately, he's a good player. He's not doing enough in the Forest side at the moment. Yes, they're struggling as a whole, but that's when you need key players to step up. And then we've got Harvey Elliott, who again is something to think about, but he's not going to be alright. He probably won't get in, but he's just another one that gives Southgate something to think about. Moving on to the strikers, 5 candidates. We'll just do the easy one straight away. Harry Kane, starting lineup. Nketiah, he's probably not got a chance just because he's, in my opinion, the worst out of the 5 that I've got. Ollie Watkins on the plane. Ivan Toney, that's a tricky one. I think he should be alright. He's another option, isn't he? Solanke, I think, danger zone, but again, a good option to have. And I believe that's it. I don't think there's anything I want to change particularly. Obviously, people are going to disagree with this. There's probably a player that's not in this tier list that I should have put in. It's a 23-man squad, I believe, for the Euros. So some of these are going to have to go. I think I've got about 27 and should be alright and above. That is where I'm going to end today's podcast, but there's plenty more to check out if you haven't already. There's been 2 other podcasts out this week which you can go and listen to. The first one was where I analysed the Man United versus Liverpool game, and I also did a prediction for how the rest of the Champions League is going to go, sort of previewing each of the 4 games. For extra content across other platforms, you can follow INMR on X and Instagram, and when my website is back up and running, be sure to check that out too. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you in the next one.